Hi, welcome to the Crafts channel. My name's Corinne Brad, and I've got a couple of tips for you today if you've ever come across a stamp and die kit. So it's a set of rubber stamps and a set of coordinating metal dies for you to cut out. And the object is you cut your shape out and you stamp your detail onto it, which isn't always as easy and sometimes it can be a bit wasteful, but when you get it right, you can produce great little things like these cards here, with the detailing on the daisies and the flowers. This card's actually been created from a cut and emboss folder from Chloe's Creative Cards, as have the stamps and dies. Or the other thing is you can go completely overboard and you can cut yourself loads of flowers, stamp designs on some of the topmost ones, and go a bit Bridgerton, which is what we like at the minute. So I'm going to show you the method that I would normally employ, which that I have employed for many years, which is essentially to get yourself a piece of card. Oh look, pink on pink, what a surprise. Who knew that was going to happen? Get yourself a stamp, ink it up, and stamp the design out onto your piece of card. So you just press it down cleanly, apply a bit of pressure. There is your design on your paper. And then you get your coordinating die. And normally what you can find is there's something in the pattern that looks familiar. And there's two little petals here that match up with these two petals, because obviously this is a mirror image. But those two petals match up. There's something very distinctive about the way that those two petals sit together that makes me know which bit I'm going for. So what you would do is you would line it up, and then if you've got any sense, I've knocked it out of place now. I'm pretty confident that that is over the design quite evenly. So I'm going to just hold it in place with a bit of tape, pop it into between my cutting plates and my die cutting machine, and just roll it through. And in the moment of truth, it should cut out your design pretty accurately, actually. I'm just going to put it on this piece of white paper so you can see here. So that's really the traditional method of doing it. But what I've found is even if I've very carefully stamped lots of designs on one piece of card, when you come to die cut them out, quite often, I mean, it hasn't actually done it on this textured card, but on some other cards, you end up getting indentations on the image next to it. And it's not always very easy to die cut your shape out. Or you can die cut your shape out, but you get marks on it, ridges on it. So the other method that I tend to employ is to cut my shapes out first. Oh. Because that way I can see how many shapes I can get on one tiny leftover piece of card. Pop it between my cutting plates. And peel them away. Look at me being all tidy and putting things back in the right place as I go along. It's because I'm not in my house. So you have your shapes. And then take your stamp. Let's just give that a quick clean up. Ink it up. And this is a point where my head possibly gets in the way of the overhead camera, so I'll try very hard not to. Find again your two quite distinct petals that we were talked about before, the way that the shape of the petals lay, which are these two. Find them on your stamp, which are those two. Double check. And then if you just lay down on one corner there and then carefully push down on top of the stamp and lift it off, again you have a perfectly placed stamped image on your die cut. Just prove that that wasn't a fluke, although it might have been a fluke, so bear with me. We'll use this 5-petaled flower, and again just carefully pop it down on one edge and then run over it with your fingers. Yeah, that worked okay. What is it they say, third time's a charm? And the 6-petaled flower, again just pop it on there and then you can just manipulate it down over the rest of the stamp for perfect placement. And then that way you don't waste as much cardstock, you don't waste as much time cutting out each individual one, because you don't have to then stamp onto your card, tape your thing perfectly on your card, run it through the machine, take it out, do it again. What you can do is you can actually take lots of your dies arrange them so they sit really closely together. Grab a bit of washi tape and stick them together on the reverse. So that you can then lift them up in their entirety, put them on your mat, on your piece of cardstock, and just run them through the machine all at the same time. And then when you peel away your collection of dies, you can just pop them all out from the sheet and then pop your stuck together dies back on the next piece and cut some more. So it saves so much waste. I mean, obviously you can get some more of these star shapes and small flowers out of these odd bits. But as far as time goes, it's much quicker to cut your flowers first and then individually stamp them than it is to stamp them and then die cut them. And especially when you're doing a project like this one, which has got lots of stamped and die cut flowers on there, because we wanted a really nice, you know, full floral, completely over the top embroidery hoop picture to put on your wall. The method of die cutting first and then stamping afterwards works really, really well. So I hope that's helped you if you've ever tried doing it and been unsuccessful in the past. Please come back and see us again very, very soon. We've got lots more ideas and lots more hints and tips for you. In the meantime, keep safe. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon. If you've been inspired to create, please share your makes with us in the comments section below. And if you've enjoyed videos by the Crafts channel, hit the like button. Want to see more of us? Then click subscribe. See you next time.